Here in Miami, Lone Depot Park. The temperatures will be noticeable, yet the roof is wide open. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Miami Marlins.
And now,
first pitch coming your way next.
Your Miami Marlins.
And on the mound in this one, Yuri Perez. And Singy, he likes pitching at home.
Well, truly for him, there is no place like home. He's been so dominant here. And as a teammate, you expect him when pitching at home this year to go out and dominate just as he has. The fans expect it, and I think everyone around here knows that he's a good pitcher. Even though we don't see the same splits on the road, we're going to start to see that translate as well.
That one is hammered right field. Way back there, it's got a chance. And that one's off the wall. Into second safely. It's a leadoff double to start the game.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Good pitch, hard and inside, but he showed off some quick hands, got the barrel to it, and was able to yank it into the outfield.
Man at second. In the dirt. Lone Depot Park just underway here. Fights it off. He'll see another. Next pitch is outside. Battling here as he fouls it away. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Way out front for strike two. One out, a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. A little bit high. Full count now.
Batting fourth, the center fielder.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. That one finds the zone. That's strike two. Man on second, two down. And there's a ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. This one in the air center field. Marcy on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Back here in Miami, and our pitcher in this game, Braxton Ashcraft. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just, having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Almost got him. Right side. On to first. One gone, bottom half of the first.
Batting second.
And now it's going to be Xavier Edwards. This has been a career year for him when it comes to driving in runs. 3-1 now, and that's ball four.
Batting third.
Man at first with one gone. Here's the center fielder, Jacob Marcy. This one chopped up the middle. Oh, a great flip. And very nicely done for the out. We move ahead to the top of the second now. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Ryan Jeffers. And a foul ball. 1-2 now. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
The first baseman, number 2.
So up next, Spencer Horwitz. Line drive, base hit. And that's a one-out single.
Batting 7, the left
Ryan
fielder,
O'Hearn
number
comes up to
29,
hit.
Ryan O'Hearn.
And a big swing and a miss. The 1-2. And that skips in the dirt. Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts.
The shortstop,
Nick Gonzalez will hit next. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. And now it's 3-2. Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Bottom of the inning. And now here's the Marlins DH, Christopher Morel.
Christopher Morel.
The 1-1. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
He was all over that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
The Marlins with a chance to score first. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one fouled off. 2-2.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Payoff pitch. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Man at second. This one in the air right field. Reynolds trying to get there. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 away. And here's the catcher, Liam Hicks.
Number 34, Liam.
0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Laser to the gap should score the run. The run comes in to score from second. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Ball 2.
Runner at second here, 1 gone. That one lifted to left. O'Hearn settles under this one. And there's 2 down. Javier Sanoja, the next up for the Marlins. Singing when the year's over, he'll have a new career high for RBIs in a season. Man on second, 2 down. Base hit center field. Right past his coach, headed for the plate. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Everything came together for him. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Two runs across in the inning here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Off the catcher and rolls away. No advance, though. And a payoff pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And that is that. On to the third inning. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Jared Triolo. That one drilled left field and foul ball. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So the Pirates batting order turns over. Brian Reynolds here. Reynolds with some impressive production lately. That just misses, and that's ball 3. And there's ball 4.
Take your base.
Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Here's a 1-1.
Ball outside.
Man at first, 1 away. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Picks up strikeout number 7. And now it's Brandon Lau. The 1-1. Swings through that one. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And now for the Marlins, Otto Lopez.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Gonzalez to first in time. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Xavier Edwards getting ready to hit. Ball to strike. That's hard hit on the line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second. And he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Up next for the Marlins.
1 out. Runner at second. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins. Man at second. Comebacker to the mound. Throw to first in time. Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins.
The designated hitter, number 5, Christopher Morel.
Here's a 1-2. In the air to left center. O'Hearn on his way over. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that will end the inning. On to the 4th. At the plate for Pittsburgh, O'Neal Cruz. The 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. The Fish up by 2. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground. Nice grab. Fires to first, and they get the out. Spencer Horwitz, the next Pirate to hit.
Number 2, Spencer.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus. But
tosses to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings.
Now pitching for
welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Stephen Okert hasn't pitched in the last 3 days. Leading off, Connor Norby. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Popped in the air, left field. O'Hearn has a beat on it, and there's 1 away. So digging in, Liam Hicks.
The catcher, number 34, Liam Hicks.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Up next,
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins.
Number 18, Griffin.
Here's a 1-1.
Conine.
And a swing and a miss there. Here's a 1-2. That one missed. And that's outside.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
3-2. Payoff pitch. Ground ball to the right side. The throw to second. What a double play that was. Inning over. We go to the top of the fifth. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Ryan O'Hearn.
Boom. That's cheddar, baby.
Liner snagged it first. So up next, Nick Gonzalez. The 2-1. And that skips in the dirt. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
And the batter now, Jared Triolo.
The third baseman, Jared Triolo.
2 down, nobody on. On the ground to third. Fair ball. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for Pittsburgh, the right
So the
fielder,
batting order turns over. Ryan Reynolds digs in now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Chop to the right
That's
side.
foul.
And a foul ball. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. In the air, left field. Sanoha gets under it, and that is that. Back here in Miami, and at the plate for Miami, Javier Sanoha.
Javier Sanoha.
That one ripped. Makes the grab on the run. One up, one down. And up next for Miami, Graham Pauley.
The first baseman, number 21, Graham Pauley.
Foul ball there. Swing and a high fly ball to left. 2 away now.
Now pitching for the
Pirates with a new arm on the mound, Mason Montgomery.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Back to the top of the Miami order. Now it's the shortstop, Otto Lopez. Here's a 1-1. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that'll do it.
Now pitching for the
We're back,
Marlins,
and they make a
number
change to start the
26.
sixth. The new pitcher, Jansen Junk.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Misses the sweeper. That one the other way. And foul ball. Stays alive. Started after the 1-2 pitch. Appeal to first. Didn't go. And it remains 2-2. Got him swinging for the K. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Brandon Lau, the next Pirate to hit. On the ground, right side. Gloves it on the dive. To his knee, the throw. He is safe. And that was bang, bang at first. And it looks like they might end up challenging this one. Very close play. And we will take another look as well.
I couldn't tell in live action, that's for sure. And, you know, the umpire is so much closer to the play, and he thought he beat the throw, so we'll see.
So they have decided to challenge the play, and now it's up to the replay umpires in New York to make the call. Another look at it. Singer, are you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off for him. O'Neal Cruz now at the plate. 2 down, nobody on.
No, that's a ball.
That one ripped, but foul. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Bottom of the 6th inning. And now for the Marlins, Xavier Edwards. Montgomery on the mound for the 70th time this season. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. In the air, center field. Cruz in position, and there's one down. So digging in, Jacob Marcy.
The center fielder, Jacob Marcy.
Just off the outside edge. And he grounds one to the right side. Lau sends it to first. 2 down. 2 outs. Base is empty. Christopher Morel will hit next.
Number 5, Christopher Morel.
Ball.
A sliding stop at short to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the Pirates catcher now, Ryan Jeffers. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Up next for the Pirates, Spencer Horwitz. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Out on the drop, 3rd strike. 2 gone. Here's the left fielder, Ryan O'Hearn.
The left fielder, number 29, Ryan O'Hearn.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. And he strikes out the side in the 7th.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Isaac Mattson.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
On the ground to third. In plenty of time to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh. Liam Hicks getting ready to hit. Swings through that one for strike two. Outside low. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball is outside. Out towards right center field. Reynolds on the move to the gap. 2 down. And now the right fielder, Griffin Conine.
The right fielder, number 18.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Outside. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that is that. We go to the 8th. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez. The 1-1. This ball's chopped to the ground. Handles, throws to first. First out in the top of the 8th. Jared Triolo, the next to hit.
Jared Triolo.
Ball.
The Marlins leading by 2, and we're in the top of the 8th. Lopez. Now the throw to first on the run. So back to the top of the order. Brian Reynolds, the next Pirate to hit. And a 2-1 on the way. High fly ball lifted into air right field. And that's the 3rd out.
Now pitching for
Back
Pittsburgh.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Cole Sands.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Ball 2.
Ripped to third and caught. Graham Pauley, the next up for the Marlins.
The first baseman, number 21, Graham Pauley.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And that one is lifted in the air. Reynolds turns to the right on the move. And there are 2 down. Here's the shortstop at the plate. Otto Lopez. 2 down, nobody on.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
On the run, sends it over to first. Throw is high and over his head.
Now
Brian Abreu into the game.
And that's a big potential run out there at second as he comes in trying to keep the deficit where it is. For the infielders, they got to be thinking about keeping the ball from getting by them into the outfield any way they can.
Ball 3.
That's off the inside corner. Ball 3. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for the Marlins.
First and second, 2 outs. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins. In the air, out towards left center. And the inning is over.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Marlins.
and on the mound is the closer, Ronnie Enriquez.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Throws to first. Now one gone in the ninth.
Second baseman.
Stepping in, Brandon Lau.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Last chance now for the Pirates. At the plate, O'Neal Cruz. That misses, and it's 2-1. This to third, and that chance handled. Throw to first is in time, and that'll do it. The Marlins win the rubber match of this 3-game series.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.